your favorite architect is back. Look at the difference. On the left is the image of a raw site. On the right is a high-end modular kitchen. In this video, I'm going to spill secrets on how to design this cost-effective, luxurious modular kitchen. But first, let's see the site survey plan for a second and analyze the existing site structure. If you want to know how to do a site survey, great. I've made a dedicated video on this. Check the description below. Now, once the layout is grasped, let's use these two design principles. First, the kitchen work triangle. By connecting your sink, fridge and stove, we minimize footsteps and maximize the workflow. Fun fact, this design principle is from 1940. Which of these positions is currently the biggest mess in your kitchen? Let me know in the comments. I will give you a quick tip on how to fix it. We are on a mission to make professional design accessible to everyone, so hit subscribe to join us. Let's use the second design principle, which is kitchen zoning. Basically, you have to align the kitchen space into these 5 zones as per your needs. First is the consumable zone, your pantry and fridge, meaning the food hub space. Second is the non-consumable zones. These are dishes and cutlery, usually near the sink for easy unloading. Third is the cleaning, the wet zone for sink and the dishwasher. Fourth is the preparation zone, your command center for chopping, ideally between cleaning and cooking. Fifth is the cooking, the heat zone, which is stove and oven. You may be wondering why we place the zones in those locations. The answer is simple. It's due to the client requirements. Zoning only works if you know what the client actually needs. I have simplified the entire requirement collection process in a video. Link is in the description for you to watch next. Of course, don't forget the vertical space. Let's apply the same zoning principle to the wall units. Here, let's place the consumable zones near to the chimney for easy access to everyday cooking items. Near to this, let's place the non-consumable zones for storage. Then near the window, a space for water purifier is allocated. As per zoning principles, we have kept the hob unit and chimney on the right side. Then we have placed a gas cylinder unit inside the blind corner to turn the negative space into a functional bin. Now let's keep the sink and the drawer unit nearby. The reason is to store the washed utensils. Then we have placed the storage for everyday items. Because of the elevated civil structure, let's opt for a sink frame and shutter, maximizing every inch of the footprint. Finally, we have completed and visualized the design. Let's talk about the materials. To get the expensive look on a budget, I have used these materials. The base and the wall units are laminate matte finish. The backsplash area is vitrified 4x2 glossy tiles. Inside, it's all about durability. Boiling waterproof plywood for the carcass and HDHMR for the shutters. We topped it off with a jet black granite for higher heat resistance. The base units are protected by a silver finish PVC skirting. The wall finish is texture paint. For lighting, we used cool white for the ambient glow and smart lights for task lighting, so the mood is totally customizable. And with that, the design is complete. In the next video, we are moving from a design to a reality, which is project timeline and execution. Subscribe to see you there.